For centuries, whispers of forbidden knowledge have echoed through the halls of history. Hidden texts, lost gospels, and secret manuscripts, sealed away in the depths of the Vatican, contain truths that could rewrite everything we think we know about spirituality, history, and human existence. But why have these books been kept from the public eye? What is so powerful within these pages that they must remain locked away? Imagine for a moment a library so vast, so mysterious, that only a handful of people in the world are allowed to see what's inside. This is not the stuff of legend, it is real. Deep within the Vatican City, beneath the sacred halls of the Catholic Church, lies the Vatican Secret Archives, a place where thousands of ancient texts are hidden from the world. Some say these books contain forbidden spiritual knowledge, evidence of lost civilizations, and even manuscripts that challenge the very foundations of religion. Could it be that these texts reveal an alternate history, one where human consciousness, divine wisdom, and the nature of reality itself are far more profound than we've been led to believe? And if so, who benefits from keeping these secrets buried? In this video, we will explore the hidden truths locked away in the Vatican's archives. We'll dive into ancient texts, suppressed teachings, and mystical wisdom that could reshape our understanding of spirituality and history. By the end, you'll have a deeper insight into why certain knowledge is hidden and what it could mean for those who dare to seek it. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Throughout history, knowledge has been power. The ability to control information has shaped empires, guided civilizations, and influenced the rise and fall of religions. The Vatican, as the center of one of the most powerful religious institutions in the world, has long held the keys to some of history's most sacred and secretive texts. But how did this collection come to be? And more importantly, why have certain books remained locked away from public view? To understand this, we must go back to a time when spirituality and secrecy walked hand in hand. The ancient roots of hidden knowledge. Since the earliest days of civilization, certain texts have been deemed too dangerous for the masses. In ancient Egypt, for example, the Hermetic teachings, which spoke of divine wisdom, alchemy, and the nature of the soul, were preserved only for initiates of the mystery schools. In Greece, Plato wrote of lost knowledge from the fabled civilization of Atlantis, hinting at ancient wisdom that had been buried by time and disaster. Early Christianity was no different. Before the Bible as we know it was compiled, numerous texts circulated among early Christian sections. Some of these books contained radical teachings, ideas that challenged religious authority, spoke of hidden divine knowledge, or revealed secrets about the true nature of human consciousness. The formation of the Vatican Archives. By the 4th century AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine played a crucial role in shaping Christianity into an organized religion. The Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, selected which texts would be included in the official biblical canon, and which ones would be cast aside. Many early Christian writings, such as the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and the Book of Enoch, were rejected and labeled as heretical. Where did these rejected texts go? Some were burned, others lost, but many, it is believed, ended up in the secret vaults of the Vatican. The Vatican Archives, officially established in 1612, became the final resting place for thousands of ancient manuscripts. Over time, the collection grew, with texts ranging from mystical scriptures, lost gospels, esoteric writings, alchemical texts, and even pre-Christian scrolls that suggest alternative spiritual histories. Why were these books hidden? But why would the Vatican choose to keep these books locked away? The answer lies in control over knowledge. Doctrinal authority. The Church sought to establish a singular narrative of Christianity. Texts that presented alternative interpretations of Jesus' teachings, human divinity, or personal enlightenment were seen as threats to religious unity. Spiritual power. Many hidden texts speak of human consciousness, divine connection, and esoteric practices that empower the individual. If such knowledge became widespread, it could undermine the Church's role as the ultimate spiritual authority. Historical contradictions. Some ancient manuscripts might reveal inconsistencies in official historical and religious accounts, challenging long-held beliefs and institutions. Suppressed wisdom. Texts on alchemy, astral projection, lost civilizations, and sacred geometry suggest that the ancients possessed knowledge far beyond what modern history credits them for. The question remains, what is so dangerous about these books that they must remain hidden? As we explore the core explanations in the next section, we will uncover the most controversial and powerful texts within the Vatican's archives, and why they may hold the key to lost spiritual wisdom. For centuries, whispers of forbidden knowledge have circulated among scholars, historians, and seekers of truth. The Vatican's archives are said to house thousands of ancient texts, many of which could change our understanding of history, spirituality, and human potential. But what exactly are these books, and what secrets do they hold? Let's dive into some of the most controversial and mysterious manuscripts that have been kept from the public eye. 1. The Gospel of Thomas, the hidden teachings of Christ. Imagine a version of Christianity where the divine is not something external, but something within you. This is the radical message found in the Gospel of Thomas, a collection of 114 secret sayings attributed to Jesus. Unlike the canonical Gospels, this text does not focus on miracles or historical narratives, but instead presents a mystical, esoteric philosophy. One of its most famous passages states, "The kingdom of God is inside you and all around you, not in buildings of wood and stone. Split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift a stone and you will find me." This challenges the idea that divine wisdom can only be accessed through religious institutions. Instead, it suggests that every individual has direct access to the divine, a concept that threatens the very foundation of organized religion. Could this be why the Vatican chose to suppress this text? 2. The Book of Enoch, the lost history of humanity. The Book of Enoch is one of the most enigmatic texts in religious history. Although it was considered scripture by early Christian sects, it was later removed from the Bible and declared heretical. But why? This book tells the story of the Watchers, a group of divine beings who descended to Earth and shared advanced knowledge with humanity. They taught humans about astronomy, medicine, metallurgy, and even spiritual enlightenment. But in doing so, they allegedly defied divine law, leading to a catastrophic punishment. What makes this story so dangerous? First, it suggests that humanity's progress was influenced by celestial beings, a concept that aligns with ancient astronaut theories. Second, it implies that there was once a golden age of knowledge and wisdom that has been deliberately erased from history. If this book were widely accepted, it could rewrite human history and challenge mainstream religious teachings. 3. The Secret Gospel of Mark, a lost chapter of Christianity? One of the most controversial discoveries in biblical scholarship is the Secret Gospel of Mark, a hidden version of the Gospel of Mark that contains mystical and initiatory teachings. Unlike the canonical version, this text describes secret rituals and spiritual enlightenment practices only revealed to those deemed ready to receive them. Why was this version of the Gospel hidden? It suggests that early Christianity may have had esoteric, initiatory traditions similar to mystery schools in ancient Egypt and Greece. If true, it would mean that the early church originally had deeper, more mystical teachings that were later removed to create a more uniform doctrine. 4. The Sibylline Books, prophecies that could change everything. The Sibylline books were a collection of ancient prophetic writings consulted by Roman authorities in times of crisis. They contained mystical predictions about the fate of empires, world-changing disasters, and divine interventions. Some believe that parts of these prophecies are still hidden in the Vatican archives because they may contain warnings about the future, or even predictions that challenge the Church's official stance on the end of days. If certain prophecies were found to be accurate, they could disrupt modern religious narratives and shake the foundations of global institutions. 5. The Vatican's hidden alchemical texts, the science of the soul. Among the most guarded texts in the Vatican are said to be ancient alchemical manuscripts, writings that explore the transformation of the human spirit, the secret of immortality, and the connection between matter and consciousness. Alchemy is often misunderstood as merely an attempt to turn lead into gold, but in reality, it is a deeply spiritual practice that teaches how to awaken higher states of consciousness. If such texts truly exist within the Vatican, they could reveal that the human body is capable of extraordinary transformations. There are ancient methods for activating higher consciousness. The secrets of eternal life may be encoded in forgotten traditions. Why would the Church keep such knowledge hidden? Because true spiritual power in the hands of the individual threatens centralized religious authority. The common theme: knowledge that empowers the individual. If you look closely, you'll notice a pattern. These texts share a common theme. They empower the individual to seek wisdom and divine connection independently. They suggest that true spiritual enlightenment is personal and direct, not controlled by an institution. They challenge historical narratives and offer alternative spiritual paths. They contain knowledge that, if widely known, could shift the balance of power. If these books were widely available, people might begin to question, what else has been hidden from us? How much control do religious and political institutions really have over knowledge? And most importantly, what are we truly capable of as spiritual beings? These questions lead us into the next phase of our discussion. What else could be hidden in the Vatican archives? In the next section, we will go even deeper into the mystery, exploring lost manuscripts, secret rooms, and the possibility that some knowledge is so powerful, it must remain hidden. We've explored some of the most mysterious and forbidden books that could rewrite history and challenge mainstream religious teachings. But the question remains, why does the Vatican keep these books locked away? The answer may be more profound than you think. It's not just about maintaining religious doctrine. It's about controlling knowledge, shaping human perception, and preserving power. Now, let's take a deeper look into the Vatican Secret Archives and what they might be hiding. 1. The Vatican Secret Archives, a vault of forbidden knowledge. Deep within Vatican City lies one of the most secure and mysterious libraries in the world, the Vatican Secret Archives, known as the Archivum Secretum Apostolicum Vaticanum. Despite the name, the word secretum in Latin actually means private rather than secret. But make no mistake, what lies within is far from ordinary. This vast collection spans over 53 miles of bookshelves and contains more than 35,000 volumes of documents, many of which have never been made available to the public. The contents include ancient banned books and lost scriptures that offer alternative perspectives on spirituality, personal correspondence of past popes, revealing decisions that shaped the world, classified documents related to historical events, including details about the Inquisition, secret societies, and even extraterrestrial phenomena. Some researchers believe that hidden within these archives are manuscripts so powerful that they could shift the foundation of global religions. Could these books contain the missing pieces of human history, stories that contradict what we've been taught? And if so, what happens when knowledge is restricted to only a select few? 2. The real reason these books are kept secret. There are many possible reasons why the Vatican might choose to suppress certain texts. Here are a few of the most compelling theories. A. Preserving religious authority. Many of the books we've discussed, such as the Gospel of Thomas and the Secret Gospel of Mark, emphasize direct personal enlightenment rather than institutionalized religion. If these teachings were widely accepted, they could weaken the Vatican's role as an intermediary between humanity and the divine. By controlling spiritual knowledge, the Church maintains its influence over billions of followers. B. Protecting esoteric knowledge from misuse. Some believe that certain texts, especially those related to alchemy, consciousness expansion, and lost technologies, are kept hidden not to suppress humanity, but to protect knowledge from falling into the wrong hands. If ancient methods for activating higher consciousness or extending human life were revealed, who would control them? What if they were misused for power and corruption? Could it be that some secrets are too dangerous for the general public? C. Preventing historical disruptions. Imagine if documents within the Vatican archives proved beyond doubt that historical events happened differently than we were taught. The implications would be staggering. For example, what if the archives contained undeniable evidence of advanced ancient civilizations, knowledge of lost technologies that defy modern understanding, records of extraterrestrial encounters throughout history? If such information were revealed, it could collapse existing power structures and force a global reassessment of our origins. This leads us to one of the most controversial theories. 3. The Vatican and extraterrestrial knowledge. One of the strangest rumors surrounding the Vatican Secret Archives is that they contain evidence of extraterrestrial contact. Consider this. The Vatican has one of the most advanced astronomical observatories in the world. In fact, they even run an observatory on Mount Graham in Arizona, known as the Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope, VATT. Why would a religious institution be so deeply invested in studying the stars and searching for exoplanets? Some believe that within the archives are documents detailing historical encounters with beings not of this earth, potentially linking them to biblical references of divine messengers, the Watchers from the Book of Enoch, and even the Anunnaki from Sumerian mythology. If this knowledge were revealed, it would not only change religious doctrine, but also completely alter humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. 4. The Forbidden Rooms. What lies beyond the public eye? Beyond the Vatican Secret Archives, there are rumored to be rooms and chambers that only the highest-ranking officials have access to. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that these areas contain artifacts from lost civilizations, suppressed scientific discoveries, and esoteric relics with mystical properties. Could there be ancient books detailing the true capabilities of the human mind? Could there be blueprints for technologies long thought to be myths? And most importantly, who decides what knowledge humanity is allowed to access? 5. The ultimate question. What happens if these books are released? Imagine waking up tomorrow to find that the Vatican has declassified all of its hidden texts. What would happen? Would people abandon mainstream religious beliefs and seek direct spiritual enlightenment? Would ancient, suppressed knowledge transform science and medicine? Would we finally uncover the true history of our species, including knowledge that has been kept from us for centuries? Or would it create chaos, disbelief, and division? Perhaps the real reason these books remain hidden is because humanity is not ready to handle the truth. The deeper question, then, is not just what is hidden, but whether we, as a society, are prepared for the consequences of uncovering it. We've uncovered the mysterious books, secret archives, and hidden knowledge that the Vatican keeps locked away. But the real question is, what can you do with this knowledge? How can you begin to access deeper wisdom, awaken your mind, and break free from limitations imposed by hidden history? In this section, we will explore practical techniques to help you tap into suppressed knowledge without needing access to the Vatican's archives. Expand your consciousness through ancient spiritual practices. Unlock your mind's full potential using lost esoteric techniques. Because while books may be locked away, your mind is the real library of infinite knowledge. 1. The power of forbidden knowledge. Why it's hidden in plain sight. Throughout history, powerful institutions have kept esoteric wisdom away from the masses. But here's something they don't tell you. The greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight. The teachings found in ancient manuscripts, whether it's the Gospel of Thomas, the Emerald Tablets, or the Kybalion, have always been available for those who seek them. Knowledge is not just about reading words, it's about perceiving reality differently. So how can you start? By training your mind to question, observe, and decode the deeper layers of existence. Try this. The next time you read a religious, philosophical, or historical text, ask yourself, what is being implied but not said? What is between the lines? What connections can be made with other spiritual traditions? What if history was written not to reveal the truth, but to conceal it? This simple shift in perception will train your mind to see beyond surface-level reality, a skill that will lead you toward hidden truths. But knowledge alone is not enough. The next step is to awaken your consciousness. 2. Activating your higher mind. Ancient practices they don't teach you. Many of the suppressed books in the Vatican's archives are believed to contain techniques for expanding human consciousness, methods once practiced by ancient mystics, alchemists, and enlightened sages. Here are 3 powerful but forgotten practices to help you awaken your inner knowledge. A. The art of Tritaka, unlocking your inner vision. Tritaka is an ancient yogic practice designed to activate the pineal gland, the seat of the soul. How to practice it. Sit in a dark room with a candle placed at eye level. Stare at the candle flame without blinking for as long as possible. Close your eyes and visualize the flame in your mind's eye. Repeat daily to enhance intuition, inner vision, and mental clarity. Over time, you may start experiencing visions, insights, and a deeper understanding of reality. B. The lost power of sacred sound, unlocking hidden frequencies. Many ancient civilizations believed that certain sound frequencies could alter consciousness and access hidden dimensions of reality. One of the most powerful sounds is the solfeggio frequency 963 Hz. often called the frequency of divine awakening. How to use it? Listen to 963 Hz frequency music while meditating. Chant the mantra OM to vibrate your consciousness into a higher state. Experiment with Tibetan singing bowls or binaural beats to enhance brainwave activity. Over time, these sounds can restructure your perception and unlock deeper awareness. C. The secret breathwork of mystics, activating ancient energy. Breath is more than just air. It is life force energy, also known as prana, chi, or ruach. Many suppressed spiritual texts describe advanced breathing techniques used by initiates to reach higher states of consciousness. Try this powerful technique. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat for 5 to 10 minutes. This method oxygenates the brain, activates hidden energy centers, and calms the mind, making it more receptive to higher knowledge. 3. The final key. Becoming the guardian of forbidden knowledge. The Vatican may guard its books, but the greatest secrets are not locked in libraries. They are encoded in you. Every ancient spiritual tradition teaches that true wisdom is experiential. It is not something you simply read. It is something you must live. So, if you truly wish to access hidden knowledge, read ancient texts, but interpret them with new eyes. Meditate daily to activate your inner perception. Use sacred sound and breath to shift consciousness. Challenge every belief you've been taught. Because when you begin to think outside the limits imposed by history, you are no longer just seeking knowledge. You become the guardian of it. Now, let's wrap this up with the conclusion. For centuries, the Vatican Secret Archives have remained one of the most enigmatic collections of hidden wisdom in the world. Within those locked chambers lie ancient texts, lost gospels, and esoteric teachings, fragments of knowledge that could potentially reshape human understanding of history, spirituality, and consciousness itself. But as we've explored, the greatest secret is this: true wisdom is not something that can be locked away in books or hidden behind guarded walls. It exists beyond ink and parchment, beyond religious institutions and historical records. The real vault of hidden knowledge has always been within you. Throughout history, powerful forces have sought to control information, restrict access to truth, and shape collective beliefs. But the seekers, the mystics, the philosophers, the free thinkers, have always found ways to break free from these imposed limitations. The key is not just to seek knowledge, but to experience it, question it, and integrate it into your life. Now, the question remains, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you allow history to be written for you? Or will you become the author of your own understanding? If this video has sparked something within you, if you feel called to explore deeper truths, then let's continue this journey together. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the Vatican Secret Archives? Do you believe some knowledge is intentionally hidden from the world? Let's uncover more hidden truths together, because the real search for wisdom is just beginning.